spearfish with me.
So it seems obvious when you're looking at a video, but you know, coming down on multiple dives, just swimming around, and you just see a little white belly pop up in front of you, kind of freaks you out. So I'm swimming around here, I look up, and in my peripheral, I just see this little guy. But I can't make out what he is at first, so he kind of freaked me out. Then he ended up just taking off. Cute little dude. I'm sitting here doing a breathe up. You can see all these blue rockfish. They are kind of dumb. They'll usually come up to the very tip of the spear and look at it because it's just something different than what they're used to out there. So those guys are pretty easy to catch. Usually I go after the kelp and grass rockfish and stuff like that, and leave most of the blues alone for the most part unless I can see a nice sized one. So I start coming down here and doing a little 360, just seeing if I could spot anybody. I get that guy there right in front of that rock structure. Swim back up. Most of my dives are only 30-40 seconds max. I definitely am not a 5-minute diver. I have fun with my little 30-40 seconds. I get down there, find something, I get back to the surface pretty quick usually. And then I like to go ahead and chum up the water just in case there's not enough sharks already surrounding us. This will provide, you know, a nice little kind of feast for all the smaller fish, which attracts the medium fish, which attracts the large fish, which attracts the sharks. So we're just going to go ahead and take off these scales here. And it also helps because we don't have to do it at home. Looking out underneath the kelp, there's so much algae and it's so dark that it's just completely consumes the light, like you could see there. This half is outside or just on the edge of the kelp. This is where you could still see a little bit, but it's just insane how dark it is when you try to shine your light through there. Absolutely terrifying. So I kind of pulled back out of there quickly. Here are all these blues again, kind of curious. They'll disappear when I swim down, and then when I sit at the surface, they'll all start coming up to me. So that kind of starts to teach you some of the patience once you start noticing that. A lot of times the fish will just come right up to you at the surface there, especially if they're a more curious species. So I come down behind this guy. I had to start chasing him a little bit. The surf perch are usually a little bit more finicky than the rockfish. They'll tend to kind of take off and spook a lot easier. This guy's a nice size. Throw him up on the board, and I ended up going ahead and getting those scales off right up there and braining them first. The gun you see there is the AB Biller. It's about $300 on Amazon. Then I have a couple little Picatinny rails and custom attachments on there. Comment below if you guys want me to send you the link to those attachments. Right here is a little grass rockfish. I go ahead and get him up in that kind of shoulder area close to his head. It wasn't a good stone though, so I gotta bring him up and go ahead and brain him. Now telling the difference between these three species, especially when you're beginning, takes a very keen eye. It's pretty difficult. Half the time I'm not sure if it's right or not, especially because they all come in hybrid colors and coppers and browns and lighter shades depending on their, you know, genetic composition. So these three pictures you're seeing here isn't what they're going to look like exactly. They could even look, you know, slightly more like the fish in the picture than the other species. Yeah, no lingcod for the day, but we got our rockfish and surf perch, or surf perch slayers, and we started heading on back towards shore. I like to use the paddleboard. This one's like 9 feet long.